The American Secretary of State has begun his sixth West Asia tour since the beginning of the Israeli offensive on the Gaza Strip. He's holding talks in Saudi Arabia, and Blinken told a Saudi news outlet that the United States has submitted a draft resolution to the United Nations Security Council calling for an immediate ceasefire linked to the release of hostages. Now, Blinken is, of course, hoping to secure a ceasefire in the Gaza Strip. He met with the Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman in Jeddah as increasing strains begin to show in US's ties with its close ally, the State of Israel. Now, according to an Egyptian Foreign Ministry note, the US Secretary of State is, of course, meeting with the foreign ministers from Egypt, Saudi Arabia, Qatar and Jordan in Cairo. Blinken is also meeting the Emirati International Cooperation Minister and the General Secretary of the Palestinian Liberation Organization's Executive Committee. The note did not give details on the subject of the meeting, and the Egyptian security sources have told Reuters that Arab nations will stress the urgency of developing plans for a political solution to the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. Such plans have been put on hold as mediators from Qatar, Egypt and the United States have sought to secure a deal for a ceasefire and also for the release of hostages and Palestinian prisoners. Now, Blinken has said that he will pursue talks and arrangements for governance, security and redevelopment of post-conflict Gaza and for lasting regional peace during his tour. The PLO Executive Committee General Secretary Hussein al-Sheikh is a top official in the Palestinian Authority. He is a confidant of its President Mahmoud Abbas as well as an intermediary with Israel and Palestinian Authority, which exercises limited governance in the West Bank, and it may play a key role in administering Gaza once the fighting ends. The Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu, however, has said that strong opposition to its involvement in running the enclave. Talks for a ceasefire deal continued in Qatar this week following failed attempts to secure an agreement ahead of the start of the Muslim month of Ramadan, which is now underway. Netanyahu has told the US Republican senators on Wednesday that Israel will continue with its efforts to defeat Hamas in the Gaza Strip. Senator Jim Risch said, and I quote him here, "He's going to do what he said he's going to do. He's going to finish it." The Israeli leader spoke to the Republicans via a video link nearly a week after Chuck Schumer's speech. The Senate's Democrat majority leader recently branded Netanyahu to be an obstacle to peace and has urged for new elections in Israel. Schumer clarified a rebuke of the Israeli Prime Minister as Netanyahu conducts video calls with the Senate Republicans.
Well, let me say this. I gave this speech out of a real love for Israel, and if you read the speech, we called only for there to be an election after the hostilities had declined, after Hamas was defeated.
Nearly 70 former U.S. officials, diplomats and military officers have written to Joe Biden. They've urged the American president to warn Israel of serious consequences if it denies civil rights and basic necessities to Palestinians and continues with its illegal expansion of its settlements on Palestinian territories in the West Bank. Among the signatories were over a dozen former ambassadors and also other retired State Department officials and former Pentagon intelligence and White House officials. The signatories include the likes of Anthony Lake, a national security advisor to former President Bill Clinton. For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.